Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra. That makes you a bunny. That makes us Kendra and the Bunnies. Honestly, I should probably separate like my name, myself, everything from this story. Y'all, we are going back in time to when I was a wildflower. I thought about things and I smoked by the hour. Has anything changed? A lot has changed.
Who are you? Well, don't you think you ought to tell
I am about to celebrate my 4-year anniversary of, well, almost 4-year anniversary of not drinking alcohol. That being said, welcome to my second installment of story time. This is the story of the one and only time I've ever gotten arrested in my driveway.
You smell bacon.
Oh my god, there's supposed to be a sponsor for this video. Let me give it some space and then we'll stop for the sponsor. If you have a lawn, what do you have to do? Mow it. That's why Manscaped has the Performance Package. This thing is the real deal. The ultimate grooming package for a champion. Included in it is the best trimmer ever created. The Lawnmower 4.0. The Weed Whacker for your nose and ear hair. Multiple formulations for your skin. A travel bag, and even boxers. Manscaped. So the evening, I do not know what day of the week it is. It was at the time. I'm gonna bleep a lot of this stuff because I'm monetized on YouTube and your girl gotta keep that monetization. However, I'm going to be frank with you and then bleep it and then wink and hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So I would drink a lot, which means that I would also, I don't know, the year was, I was 16, 17. It was 2 weeks before I turned 18. I was 17 years old. It was 2 weeks before I turned 18. I was dating someone whose name I will omit, but it was my first love, who also broke my heart so many times. Shout out if you're watching this. Why are you watching this? I don't know what day of the week it was, but I am 17 years old. By the hair of my chin. And Girl Talk, the DJ, the original mixer of different samples and cool stuff before like rave culture, etc. became, I don't know, Girl Talk. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. It was like the 2010s. It was 2000 and it was 2 weeks before I turned 18. Okay. Yeah, so it was like it was January 2011. I was about to graduate high school. And I had an audition for theater the next day in a different state. The university I did not get into. However, I got into an even better one that accepted me. So that was really great. And I love them. Shout out to my alma mater. You can find that out by looking at my diploma. Sorry. I had an audition at theater the next day in sunny California, well, downtown Los Angeles, California. And mind you, lived in, at the time, Houston, Texas. Inside the Loop, Bel Air, Texas. Right on the outskirts of Bel Air is where you meet West University. There's a railroad track that goes in between the two that signifies the two different towns. So notoriously us as bad, sweet, bad. I was a addict, so sweet, bad kids, rebellious kids. We would talk about it's like, well, this cop's jurisdiction is West University. The other cop's jurisdiction is Bel Air. And then you also have Southside, which was like a 10 block by 10 block neighborhood within WestU. It was like the swanky area of WestU, right? So I lived on Mulberry Lane, which is the first street right after the railroad tracks that signify WestU or Bel Air. Just on the side of Bel Air, Mulberry Lane. I know the Muffin Man.
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The
the Muffin Man.
I am the Muffin Man. I'd lived in Bel Air my whole life. I had thrown parties at my house, which is a different story, before, so the cops kind of knew who I was. And then I was dating someone at the time in West U, who West U cops and people knew who he was too. Really, really easy on my parents. This whole time was really, really easy on my parents, and I totally remember all of it. This one night I go to Girl Talk. It was like before like the rave culture had taken over the mainstream, and like right at the cusp of dubstep. So we were just starting to get like the remixes, you know, when you hear a pop song and you're like, oh my God, I like this song. And then you hear like a Diplo remix of it and you're like, holy cow, I really like this song. I go to the Girl Talk concert in downtown Houston. Mind you, the scene is the fact that, I'm with my friends. I am a senior in high school. I'm about to graduate. But it's January. I had not been accepted to college yet. I was just about to turn 18. My birthday's in February. I was taking a lot of stuff at the time. Damn! I was a straight A student before I started using. Y'all, this is a shout out. I am and will always be and was and am, now that I'm sober, alcohol, a total overachiever. I do not. It's a Saturday night. I'm drinking a bubbly water and doing a YouTube video with my cat. Like that's like my life. Like I love that stuff. Like this is my ideal Saturday night. But that was my ideal, I think it was like a Thursday. Yeah. Whatever. Thursday night as a 17-year-old about to graduate. I'm like, I'm going to get into every school. I was a straight A student. The did impact my ability to do really anything. If you ask people that I went to school with, this didn't really happen in high school, but this happened in college. I was such an emotional tornado anywhere I went that it was like, oh God, Kendra's here. I'm like, ah. I was like a lovable type in college. Ask people. Don't ask people. I'm so sorry, y'all. I am where I am now, so that's cool. I go to a Girl Talk concert, and I'm wearing my pink crop top teen angst shirt. This is like around the Nasty Gal era. This is like when Nasty Gal and like Lookbook.NU, Nylon magazine, the original before the comeback of Cobra Snake, like that whole era was going on. This shirt was actually from Nasty Gal. It was a pink crop top. See, I remember the important things. Pink crop top that's a teen angst in really bold letters, and I wore a tight bandeau bandage skirt and then a furry faux leopard jacket and no hat. I was not into hats then. So I go to the concert, great concert. I don't remember any of the concert, to be honest, and I wish I didn't live my life like that. Let's get past that part. Why are you like this? So then I go over to boyfriend's house, hang out there for a minute, but here's the thing. I was about to fly to California at like 4. I had to wake up at like 4 something in the morning. I don't know why my parents let me go to that concert. I think they were just... What? I don't remember. They just let me do stuff. They let me do stuff and they let me figure out stuff. And that is why I'm a successful person. Got all of this stuff. Healed it all and success. And now I'm telling people on YouTube about it to make a little coin.
And get a little viral moment.
And get it off my chest, right? Because therapy, honestly, is way too expensive. And all my therapists are like, what kind of hallucinations? I'm like, shh, I'm out. Okay, so I live Girl Talk, go to house, and I'm leaving in the morning at 4 a.m. and I do have a car. It's a Lincoln Aviator. It's my second Aviator. This was the silver Aviator. Oh my gosh. So this Aviator, so it always smelled like it always smelled like cigarettes. Definitely smelled like alcohol at the time, and had tons of drugs all over it. I was like a real drug addict, y'all. It is not funny, and if I didn't get it together, it would have ruined my life. So if you're watching this and you're like a young kid in high school and like go to AA, get sober, and then go study. That's like that's everything I wish I would have done, and that's basically what I'm doing now. Like my idea of fun is going to volunteer on the weekends. I love doing it. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good for the soul, everything. And the community, it's about more than me. Okay, so then like I'm leaving in the morning to go get on a plane to go audition for theater at USC. They did not accept me. I burnt that rejection letter in my backyard. I put it in a brown paper bag. And I burnt it in my backyard. I'm sorry. See? Well, I guess they don't care. They're like, you can do whatever you want. Thank you to my alma mater. Not going to say their name in it, but thanks. Love y'all. Like, peace. Is a Christian school, so they were like there for me during these troubling times. Oh my god! But this is before. This is back when I'm in Texas. This is back when I'm in Texas. Bel Air railroad tracks. Remember the railroad tracks? So I had to clean my car of like and Mary in my car and everything before I got home, because my dad's thing at the time, we're like tight now, but my dad's thing at the time, and I don't blame him, was to the minute I would leave town or the minute I would be like away from my car and my car keys, he would take my car to go get washed and then go through it and then leave out everything. Or at least sometimes he didn't get me in trouble with my mom because, you know, dad's cool, but he would be like, found this, found this, found this, found this. And I'm like, well, are you going to throw it away? Or like, I didn't say that. Where is my mind? Okay, so I leave Sean's house. I forget to clean out my car. And then I realize, oh my God, my dad's going to go through it. I'm already on my way home. Sean's house is like 2 miles away, 3 miles away, but he's in Westview. And I'm in Bel Air, the railroad tracks, right? So I decided that I'm going to stop at the big, like, strip mall, like, grocery store. Like, there's, like, a Bearings there. There was, like, well, like, Jack's Grill, but there was also Chuck E. Cheese. It was, like, Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, too. And so I pull my car in there. It's, like, 11:45 because I still had a curfew or something, you know. And I start going through my car, gathering all my freaking legal stuff. And at the time, I mentioned, not proud of it, but I share this because if you're doing the same, y'all get clean, go freaking study. I swear I would have done it. I wish I would have done it earlier. That's my only thing. I wish I would have done it earlier. So I got in my car, weed in my car, weed pipes in the car, stuff in my car. Wait. Oh my God, I just remembered the first time I got pulled over. This is not the first time or the last time I got pulled over. This is the time I got arrested, which only happened once. Thank you. My bad. Thank you. So I'm like rearranging all this illegal stuff in my car in the middle of an intersection in like a small neighborhood within the city. It's like within Houston, America. And I put it all in my faux fur leopard. It matched the jacket handbag. I remember that because of this story, which I told my favorite rapper Zero, who's from Houston, in my dream the other night. So that's how I knew I was supposed to do this one as a YouTube video, because I was like, what story do I know well enough that I'm going to be able to tell it with no makeup on a Saturday night, drinking bubbly water while my boyfriend's out of town? Like, what story do I know well enough that I'm going to like hit all the key points without having to rehearse it? The cops roll by on the main street that I'm parked off of in the shopping mall at the dusk of dawn. I couldn't have gone anywhere else. I couldn't have just waited, figured something else out. Cops drive by again, and I'm like, oh God, I'm done. This is done. And then I'm like, no. So I get back in the car, drive home. It's just a straight shot, 2 miles. And I swear to you, They didn't turn their cop lights on because they followed me the whole way, those 2 miles. They didn't turn their cop lights on until after I got on the other side of the railroad track. Technically, not their jurisdiction. Jurisdiction. Mind you, Sean lived in West University on this side of the railroad tracks. I lived on the other side of the railroad tracks, different jurisdiction. So they turned their lights on the other side of the railroad tracks. And I'm like, F word, no, am I pulling over right now? I'm like right next to my house because my house is Mulberry Lane. It's that first street. After you cross the railroad tracks. So they turned on the lights right here, railroad tracks, street. And my house is like right there. Like, I'm like home. Oh, God. So I turn on my blinker. Always turn on your blinker. Bop. Look both ways. Take a left turn. Pull to somewhere safe. That happens to be my driveway. That's right over here. Turn off the car. Because the cops gave me a little bit of space then. You want to know why they gave me space? Because they were calling backup. They said I was evading the cops. And I'm like, but I live right here. So I'm not evading the cops. I'm like going home. Like, I'm making sure we're all safe. I've got like a stage we can perform this on. It's called my driveway and my neighbors love me.
Well, now she's got to explain things.
To this day. Well, we don't live there anymore, but I live in California. LA for life. So they call backup. Not only do they call Bel Air, because now we're in Bel Air, they also called Southside, which is on the other side of the street. Southside's about like 4 miles away. But they call Southside too, and I'm like, this is excessive. But the thing is like, it was a little excessive for them to call 3 cop cars on me. But I also had I had about 8. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. This is so unsafe. Go see someone. Oh, there's that hotline now, the 988 hotline. I'm in the driveway. I turn off my car. The cops gave me a little bit of space because they're calling backup, Southside and Bel Air. And I'm like, okay, all my legal stuff is in my faux leopard purse because I gathered it all because my dad was going to go through it. Now the cops and my dad are going to go through it. So let me throw it over neighbor's fence. Turns out the cops were like, we saw you do that. And I'm like, what? So you got eyes everywhere? And I like go and like before the cops come up, I'm like ringing my doorbell. Because I think I threw my keys too. Because it's like if I just avoid all of this, which that's evading the cops. That's really unsafe and I don't recommend that for anyone. No further comments on that. I'm lucky that they were so nice to me. Damn. Okay, so my parents come downstairs. They are not happy. My brother doesn't live there anymore because he's in college.
Over 10 years.
10 years ago, I'm a different person now. I swear, y'all, I'm so sorry. I used to be like this.
I'm not
wildin' out like I used to.
Let's get deep into it and let's get rid of it and then keep it on YouTube
forever.
Okay. So the cops are like right there, through all 3 of them now. And they're like, we got your purse.
Right, purse, we got you. Sit down.
And my dad like smooth talked them for like seemingly an hour. Then they're like, we're taking you down to the station. They took me down to the station, Westview, and they held me. I also had a fake ID on me. One of many. Because what does an alcoholic need? I knew I was an alcoholic at age, pretty much the first time I drank, which was like age 14, early 15. Freshman year of high school. First time I drank, I was like, which I will do a story time on. First time I drank, I was like, as long as I can always have this substance to drink a little bit too much of, to feel this way, I will be okay. Literally, as long as I can be all the time, I'll be fine. Because I am very thinky, feely, empathic. Life is a lot. And that's just the alcoholic mind. And anyone who knows what I mean knows what I mean. But like it's an obsession of the mind, you know? So I'm forgiving of myself. I do not close the door on my past, but at the same time, we don't have to relive it. I'm like, if I'm gonna like think about drinking now, like I'm gonna go to AA and get coffee and cookies. They interviewed me, I was standoffish, and then I started to come to, and then I was like, oh my God. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And they're like, yeah, you done messed up real bad. Kendra. What's her name? Kendra. You were entertaining, which I hear that you're an actress, so congrats. You got an audition in we were flying to California. The audition was the next day. The audition was next day. So that I did okay in, but I was cocky in that audition. It was, my mugshot is not online because I was 17 at the time. I look like the same. Face was a little bit chubbier then. So maybe like this. Definitely. You get the point. Then they charged me with paraphernalia. That is not the first time I got charged for something. Y'all, I ain't a saint. I am now. If I ever got arrested again, I hope to the stars that it is at a protest for reproductive rights. Because this, y'all done messed up big time. Having a hard time. There is now that hotline 988. Amazing. Thank you. Do not drive under the influence. Don't do bad drugs. Why am I saying this? I'm not trying to be on a high horse. Y'all, I'm just trying to tell you what I wish I would have done younger. I wish I didn't have this story at all. I wish it was like the first time I won a beauty pageant. Call your senators about reproductive rights. Thanks for listening. Hope you don't hate me. Peace.